This video is entitled Black Women Like Egypt Ann. I watch some of her videos, and sometimes she make good points and things like that. But for the most part, she don't get it. Like most black women are kind of clueless as to the real issues and the real problem that they face and why they have these problems. The real problem that most black women face is the fact that in America they have total and complete freedom of choice regardless of what they do. That's their real problem. Their real problem is they don't make good choices. Being a woman in America, there are pitfalls. Being a woman in general, there are pitfalls, and they fall through these pitfalls 9 times out of 10. One of these pitfalls is there are all kinds of men, all types of men, bad men, good men, successful men, smart men, dumb men, who come at women, who try to holler at women. Some of these guys will treat a woman good, marry them and take care of the family, all that good shit. Right? But oftentimes they don't go for those guys. They don't want those guys. They want the guy who has other women. They want the guy who's a player. They want that guy, and they sleep with that guy more often than not. And that's the guy who they have the kids by, who leave him for somebody else. And then they make videos like Egypt Ann, talking shit about black guys and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the real issue that plagues black women, is the fact that they have total and complete freedom. And when you have total and complete freedom, great responsibility comes along with that. And these women don't want to own up to that responsibility part. See, here's the thing. Let's just go back to arranged marriages. But they don't want that either. You see what I'm saying? They don't want that either. They want the complete choice of dating who they want to date. But they also don't want arranged marriages. You see what I'm saying? So date who you want to date and deal with the consequences of that. If you make shitty choices, you get shitty results. This is just reality, man. And you also got a lot of these lame-ass niggas out here who love to co-sign the shit that black women say in order to feel like, to win the approval of these women, regardless of how stupid and ass backwards the shit really is. What I hate, and this is something I tell like some people in my own family, man. I hate, and I tell them all the time, I don't want to hear a woman's problems, like dating problems and shit, because women love to goddamn be in a relationship with somebody who cheats on them, beats on them, or takes their money and shit, and then they like to complain and bitch about it to someone else who will listen. I don't want to hear that shit. Because if you really had a problem with it, you just leave. You wouldn't deal with these people. It's that simple. But they love to talk to them lame motherfuckers who like to win the approval of women. And those lames will co-sign the shit they're saying and blame the men as usual. Instead of saying, if your ass got a problem with the motherfucker, leave the motherfucker alone. Common sense. Because there's a guy on here, I used to kind of think he was for real. His name was Person Kid. And I used to listen to some of his comments and stuff. I used to kind of agree with it. But I seen one of his comments on the Egypt Ann videos. And at this point, it's just simping. He's just simping. You co-sign every goddamn thing a woman says. And it's bullshit, man. When it comes to relationships, women are the fucking choosers. It's that fucking simple. It's that simple. It can't get no more complex than that. If I'm a fucking alcoholic and the alcohol is killing me, wouldn't it be best just to leave the damn alcohol alone? But instead, I'm steady drinking alcohol and I'm steady getting worse and worse, but I'm complaining to everybody that it's the alcohol. This is how black women are when they talk about some of these sorry niggas out here, you know? And it's stupid for anybody to co-sign this fucking nonsense. It just doesn't make any sense. This is the type of shit that keeps black women in this fucking funk where they keep going around in circles, making the same bad choices in men, in raising kids, in the cycle of poverty, because nobody tells them the fucking truth. The church don't tell them the truth. These motherfuckers like Steve Harvey don't tell them the truth. These niggas, thirsty ass niggas out here on these streets don't tell them the truth. And then when somebody does tell them the truth, they say they're hating. They say they can't get any pussy. When the only way you can grow as a person is listening to criticism, is accepting certain criticisms. And I don't really fuck with Tommy like that. But there's some truth to what he says. But dudes like him take it so far out. Oh, they take it so far, too far, where it just becomes a joke. But most of the brothers on YouTube, people like Minnesota Ed and Black Ram and Rick Scorpio, Dark Sun One a couple years ago, Vince Rashad, these guys keep it within a reasonable frame. Because black women do a lot of the same shit. And it gets them the same results. And it's bad. I'm going to tell you how I know it's bad. It's bad when a man says, these women are terrible. I'd rather be by myself. That's pretty fucking bad. But these are the guys who keep this shit going, man, because nobody tells these black women the truth. And black women do not want to accept responsibility. Because with their mentality, let's just get it out in the open and say, okay, black women, admit that you're inferior mentally. Admit that you're a child. And then if black women would admit that, then everything that they say would make sense. But they don't want to admit that. They want to say they're independent, that they're doing this, they're doing that. But yet it's the man's fault that they're fucked up. That's what women like Egypt and this is how they think.